So the overview of Greek history. The first period was the Archaic period, 8th century to 480 BCE. They developed their politics, how they would do battle. There would be a definite breaking of that system later. The polis, the city-state, was pretty much identified now. That was in our vocab. It's basically dividing Greece into separate systems where they all identify as Greek and as Greece, but they have their own sets of laws and government. In 480, the Persians invaded and took over this section. All right. Classic period. What people think of ancient Greece, this is the time period. It lasted for approximately 200 years. This was the Greek era. It was known because of Alexander the Great. He rose up from the ranks military-wise and created an empire. It expanded great lengths, and he relied on his generals to keep it going, and his generals relied on Alexander the Great for rules, regulations, and what to do. This time period really influenced Rome and future civilizations, because they would look to Rome or to Greece. Then, of course, all things end. The Hellenistic period is the period after Alexander, from 323 to 146 BCE. Alexander didn't have a lot of chance, so the generals split up this empire, and it went okay. Unfortunately, the city-states really divided themselves into the Italian and the Achaean. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I know it just feels wrong. These two leagues were constantly battling over things, and we'll talk about that more when we talk about Sparta and Athens. Mostly Sparta. A lot of battles, a lot of epic poetry, and lots of great stories came from this. The last section, the Roman period. In 146 BCE, Greece lost to Rome. This was during the Battle of Corinth. So from the Battle of Corinth on, what was considered classic and typical ancient Greece, both in the classic and the Hellenistic, is pretty much over. The bulk of Greece is now under Roman rule. There's a few city-states that did stay independent. They were too far out from reach of Roman influence. That's day 3.